This episode of the Fire Alarm Insider is proudly brought to you by Security Securities, your trusted partner in firearm and security solutions, protecting lives and businesses one system at a time. Welcome to the Fire Alarm Insider, the podcast where we explore the strategies, insights, and the tools you need to thrive in the fire alarm industry. I'm your host, Anthony T. Richardson. I'm licensed by the New York State to install and service fire alarm and security systems here in New York. And on each episode, we're going to uncover some tips to help you grow your business, develop your expertise, and protect what matters most. In today's episode, we're going to tackle a topic that's deeply personal to me, but incredibly common to a lot of people, and that's imposter syndrome. If you ever felt like you don't belong, doubted your qualifications, or worried that someone may find out that you're not good enough, then this episode is for you. Imposter syndrome can affect anyone, but I'll show you some actionable tips so you can overcome it and you can thrive in your career and business. So let's dive straight in. What is imposter syndrome and why does it show up? Understanding the root of imposter syndrome is the first step to overcoming it. So the first step I want you to understand is, how do you define imposter syndrome? It is the persistent feeling of self-doubt, insecurity, or fear of being exposed as a fraud despite the evidence of your achievement. I fall victim of this all the time. Me sharing my knowledge about the fire alarm industry, being a fire alarm technician, how to troubleshoot, even running your own fire alarm business. Even though I've been doing it for 10 years and been talking to the people around me or even teaching the people around me, now I'm facing a world where I may face some ridicule. I know what I'm saying, but I sometimes may think I'm doubting if I'm actually saying the right thing and if there's someone out there that's going to rebut it. But you got to get through that. You know what you know, and you have to be confident of the knowledge that you have, because it's your perspective. It's your knowledge bottled up into all these years of experience from your perspective. So you have to get through that and understand how you could deliver your message or how you could deliver your expertise through the lens of your eyes. This is the most common feeling that a lot of us as human beings will actually have when we step into new roles. Anything we do different, anything we do new seems challenging, especially when we don't know the route from beginning to end. It's going to make us feel anxious. It's going to make us feel as if we don't know what we're doing. But what we need to do is just have the confidence within ourselves and then just follow the baby steps, small steps at a time until you get through the whole entire problem. So that leads me to my next step, is you have to identify why it happens. Why do you feel like you're an imposter when you actually know exactly what you know? Oftentimes it comes from comparing yourself to others, being a perfectionist, or filling out the space in some type of specialized field. You may be looking at a person who has way more experience than you, who've been breaking down whatever his knowledge is, and he has a way to do it because he learned how to do it. The more things you do, or the more times you do something, the better you get at it. Practice makes perfect. We all know that. So when you step into the field of fire alarm, don't be afraid to wire the batteries backwards. Don't be afraid to blow up a CPU. Don't be afraid to make the mistakes that's probably going to cost the company money or going to have technicians laugh at you. Don't be afraid to make those mistakes. What you need to do is understand from the mistakes that you actually make, so that way you can build the confidence one mistake at a time, because every mistake you make and then push through it, that's more of a confidence builder you build within your character and within yourself. When I started out in fire alarm in the 1900s, like the kids say, really in like 1999 is when I first started out in fire alarm. I had no idea. I was coming from cable and telephone. I had no idea of what a resistor was or what a multimeter was, parallel or series circuits. I had no idea what none of this stuff was. So this was a huge challenge for me, and it took me literally 10 years. I think that's that 10,000 or that 5,000 hours. Whatever that mark was, I remember that 10th year, the light bulb clicked off, like, oh shit, I get it. I really understand it now. I understand why they put an end-of-line resistor at the end of the circuit. I understand why we wire tamper switches up in series. It just overwhelmed with the information from one day being confused to the next day understanding the whole entire operation when it comes to fire alarm systems. I mean, it took 10 years, and I'm trying to shorten that distance for you so that way it doesn't have to take you 10 years, because I didn't have people teaching me how to do anything within the fire alarm industry. So what you need to understand, what you do most is what you do best. And even the most successful people out there that you may see, that you believe that's doing better than you, they was at that point in time where they felt like an imposter too. So what you need to do is push through it, because we all face it. It's a human emotion. But once we understand that we do have the knowledge that we want to share and give to the people, just do it. That's all you got to do. And there will be people that support you, and there will be people that don't support you. Either way, it's going to get you to the people that really want to support you. The funny thing is, I used to think that I had to know everything about fire alarm systems just to feel qualified. It wasn't until I started to embrace continuing learning, meaning that I started to spend extra money on myself outside of the company to educate myself about this industry, so that way I didn't feel I need to know it all. I just need to know where I could go and find the answers. So the more avenues I had of resources, the more answers I was able to find. So I didn't need to have or retain all the information. It's just whenever I needed the answer, I knew which way to go to get my answer. That is what helped me become a better technician. In this next segment, I'm going to explain to you how you can overcome imposter syndrome. It's impossible to eliminate it overnight, but following these strategies can help you manage it a lot more effectively. The first one is you have to acknowledge your achievement. You have to know that if you went and took a course, if you passed that course and you got a certification for that course, you have an achievement. You know, if you've been working in the field for 5, 10, 15, or 20 years, you have that achievement. You know, whatever you've been doing most is what you are best at. So you are actually good at whatever it is that you're doing. So if we want to pertain this to fire alarm and you want to get better at fire alarm, you have to practice troubleshooting different types of fire alarm troubles there are out there, whether it be an open circuit, a ground fault. Ground fault is the most infamous trouble there is with fire alarm, and it's so easy to find and figure out. All you have to do is just keep practicing until you become nice. And as you do that, you want to just don't look for nobody to pat you on the back. You want to make a habit of documenting your own wins, whether it be a successful or whether it don't be successful. You want to make sure you remember these points in time where you did something good or you actually fucked something up and blew up something. So you want to remember these points, because that's what's going to make you better. The next step, you want to shift your mindset. Instead of fearing making mistakes, view them as opportunities to learn to improve. If you cross the wiring backwards on a battery, red to black and black to red, and now you zap the charging circuit on the main controller, or maybe nothing happened, maybe just a quick pop and you just got to replace the batteries and nothing detrimental happened after that. But now you know you have to pay attention. So it's not everything that goes wrong is bad. There's always a good that happens, even if there's a detriment situation that's out there. So you have to be able to look at the good out whatever situation you're in, so that way you can remain positive, and then your mind will be able to develop new positive nerves. Because if you shut it down automatically and say, fuck it, I fucked up, I don't know how to do this, boom, brain stopped working. You don't know how to do it. Okay, I'm not going to figure out no answers to figure out how to do it, so I'm going to just leave it right there. So you don't want to do that. You want to give your mind the open space to be able to think, to find and solve problems. And the last thing is my favorite. I like to seek support. I don't advocate calling other technicians unless y'all cool, you know what I'm saying? But I used to always feel that these guys was feeling like job security or something like that. My thing is, if we all nice, that makes the company nice, man. Now, if one person is the nicest, then I'm trying to get information from him, and he's making me feel weird because I don't know the answer, or you're trying to make me feel as if I'm not smart enough because I'm asking you the question or I'm bothering you. I don't want to deal with that. What I do is I call tech support, and I sit on the phone with them, and I have them walk me through whatever problems they have. That's what they're there for. They're there for 8 hours to help you. Their job is to help you get through whatever problems that you're having. And the more problems you actually face, the better you get at troubleshooting, because it's not too many problems that there are out there when it comes to fire alarm. You run through repetitive troubles all the time. Dirty smoke, replace the smoke, open circuit, or somebody put a nail or chop the wire on the section because they did some construction. So once you find a problem, repair it, it's done. So just make sure you continue your education, seek your support. If you're cool with other techs out there, you definitely pick their brains. technical support, and read the manuals. Read the manuals. That will definitely help you. And then don't be afraid to mess up, man. Blow something up and figure out what you did wrong so that way you don't have to do it again. And the company could afford it. Trust me, they can. You may have just started at a company working there 3 months, 6 months, and they want to put you in a field. They call that throwing you to the wolves. Don't be afraid. They're not going to send you to the hardest service calls. You'll probably be going to do some inspections, blowing some smoke and some air, cleaning some smoke detectors out, stuff like that. Or it's a little battery troubles, changing out some batteries. Then they'll graduate you up to maybe changing out devices and things like that. So the more work you do, the more confidence you build. So if you show up every day, you'll be fine. Your job is to make sure you show up every day and give 110% each and every day. At Secure Securities, we understand the importance of having a trusted partner in your corner. Whether you're launching your business or expanding your services, we're here to help protect what you've built. Visit www.securesecurities.com to learn how we can support you. So the next topic, I want to talk about transforming your imposter syndrome and turning that into full-blown confidence. Imposter syndrome can be a tool for growth if you reframe it as a sign you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, because that's all it is. We're doing something that we're not used to, stepping into a world we're not familiar with, and we have that fear of being judged. Oh, my hair's not done right. I got to, get my hair cut. My mustache ain't right. My makeup ain't on. I got to put my lashes in. They're going to laugh at me because my teeth crooked, or whatever the situation is. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares. It's not the thing that people want to see. They want to see the person doing the thing. That's what it is that they want to see. So your perspective is what they want to see. So you have to refine that or reframe that self-doubt and grow with that. So you push through. The way you push through it is, not giving a fuck pretty much, and doing it more and more. Putting yourself out there more and more will help alleviate that stress and that imposter syndrome. So you have to focus on the people that you serve. Who are the people that's serving you? You have to refrain from self-doubt as you grow. The more you do it, the more you put yourself out there, the more you educate your peers, your constituents, the population, your fans, whatever you want to call them. The more you do it, the better you get at delivering your message, the better you get at teaching, and the less you feel like an imposter, because now the people who you are talking to are receiving it, and they're reciprocating that same love back to you. So when you challenge yourself, like as if you're going to start a workout plan, and then you find yourself saying, I don't know if I can do 10 push-ups, and then you go through it, and then you do 10 push-ups, your mind is like, I could do 10 push-ups. How about I do 10 more? So you only have lack of confidence when you feel you've never done something before. So once you actually complete whatever that goal is, that's what builds the confidence. So get yourself out there, lose that imposter syndrome, because we all go through it. And the more you push yourself through it, the less you'll feel like a total imposter. You want to also focus on the people you serve, because when you focus on the people you serve, those are going to be the people that reciprocate that love back to you. They're going to say, yeah, oh, man, I appreciate that information. That's just what I was just telling my cousin the other day, John and them and whatnot. Hey, could you do me a video on this right here, man? That's, whatever that, you have to focus on the people that you serve. When you focus on the people that you serve, you're reciprocating the love back and forth. You're giving them the information, and they're giving you back the feedback, so that way you can build your confidence and either create more videos so that way you can help them even more. So if you focus on the people you serve and wean out that extra noise, it'll be easier for you to push through that imposter feeling syndrome, because you're actually giving yourself who you are. You coming up and showing up as you are. So you can't be an imposter when you are who you are. So you just have to be who you are, show up as you. They say your authentic self. Just show up as you, and don't care about trying to be somebody else, because you ain't trying to be nobody else. You're just trying to be yourself and deliver things from your perspective. And the last thing is, you want to celebrate the progress. You don't want to do things to be perfect. You don't want to have the lighting. You don't want to have the camera, the film crew, the perfect script, the perfect everything before you actually turn the camera on and start sharing your information. You want to get out there as soon as you can. Get out there in the mud. Talk about it in the dirt. That's where you meet the people. You don't want to meet the people at the top because not most of us at the top. All of us is mainly at the bottom. So you don't need to come with all the craziness, all the extras and whatnot. Just come being you, regular phone. Even if the quality is trash, it don't matter. What people want is the message. The message is what's important. So celebrate your progress and don't worry about being perfect. Just put the information out there. So remember, the people who matter is your clients, your team, and your community. They aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for someone who cares, who's reliable, and who's willing to learn and grow with them. So push through that imposter and just be yourself. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Fire Alarm Insider. I hope in today's discussion and help you understand and combat imposter syndrome. Remember, the fact that you're here learning and growing is proof that you belong and you've got this. So don't forget to subscribe to the Fire Alarm Insider on your favorite podcast platform and follow us for updates and bonus content. For all your fire alarm and security needs, visit our sponsor, Security Securities, at www.securitysecurities.com. Until next time, stay safe, stay secure. Catch you in the next one. Peace. This episode was made possible by Security Securities, protecting lives, securing futures. Visit www.securitysecurities.com to learn more. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fire Alarm Insider on your favorite podcast platform and follow us for updates and bonus content. For Fire Alarm Solutions, visit our sponsor at Security Securities. That's Security Securities, www.securitysecurities.com. Appreciate you. Catch you in the next episode. Peace.